Right.
Hello there. Thank you. Thanks for all of you who've made the effort today, and presumably there'll be a bunch of people listening on a playback. Thanks for coming and joining us. We're here to not listen to me speak. We're here to talk about Beaver Team Pro by Tom Carless, who you can see on the screen just below me. Just a tiny bit of housekeeping. I don't know if you've got any desire to be on Facebook or Gmail, but if you want to get the full benefit out of this, I suppose it would be good to minimize those or something. The other thing is, if you're interested, WP Builds have a pretty big giveaway at the moment. It's at wpbuilds.com/100. It's to celebrate our 100th anniversary-ish episode, if you like. Anniversary. God, we really are old. So go and check that out, and you can win a boatload of WordPress stuff. wpbuilds.com/100. I'm going to shut up. But if you guys have got any questions, please put them in the Q&A tab above this chat. Click on Q&A and put them in there as we go. Right, Tom, I'm going to turn off my camera and say hello. It's over to you in Whistler, Canada.
Hello, and good morning to everyone in the United States and North America. So today I'm just going to give you a quick deep dive into pretty much all of the settings and things you can do with Beaver Team Pro. And we might as well just jump right in.
Go for it.
Okay, so after you've installed the plugin and all that stuff, nothing will happen by default. You'll see there's a new tab here in the Beaver Builder settings called Developer. That lets you enable and disable all the different modules that we have available, as well as disable some filters like inline editing and that notification bell that everyone is a huge fan of. Okay, so I might as well just start at the top and work my way down. The most popular module that I've seen so far is our Update All module, which basically lets you update, for example, on this page here, all these buttons, we can easily change the icon to match this other page over here, or call to actions or anything like that. So all you need to do to configure that is click the checkbox there, and then choose the post types that you want the Update All to apply to. So for example, if you're just updating all your pages, you can just leave that as page. I was doing some work where I needed to update some Beaver theme layouts. So then you just include FL theme layout, which is the post type of theme layouts. So I'll just leave it as it is for now and hit save.
So let you know, I don't know if it's just me, Tom, but your mouse is really quirky. It's in a really odd place. It's sticking at the bottom right, but we can see you updating the fields there. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but if you need to be very specific, if anybody else is getting that, we can't quite see your mouse, but we probably don't need to see your mouse, to be honest.
Thank you. I'll point at my screen if you need to see. Okay, so for the Update All, let's say we've got a heading here, and instead of just having the simple heading, we want to let's say we want to make the text color of all of our headings pink. There we go. So that's beautiful there. Now, if you want to update everything, all we need to do is click this Update All button here. Once you do that, you'll see that we're updating the color of the text to FFCECE, everyone's favorite pink. And then we can just hit Update All, and that will update every heading on every page, or we can make a condition. So again, we can choose post types. If you just want to update a single page, you can enter the slug. Or if you have a module setting in here, you can also target it based on a setting that you've selected. So for now, I'll just do Update All so we can get a rough idea of how it works. And you'll see up here, yeah, see, 4 modules updated up the top by the notification bell. And then if we go and refresh this other page, hopefully all the caches have cleared. Sorry, gotta go to clear the browser cache. Get that out of the way. And there we go, pink headings. So everywhere you look, you'll have pink headings. Not super exciting when it's just that, but let's say we've got 2 headings on this page, and we want to make just these headings a different color. So now we can choose a new color.
You are on fire with that color picker. They are quality colors you're getting there.
Oh, they're good, aren't they? So this time we can use the update this page only button. So this is a new one that's added in for people that have big, long, single page websites and things like that, and they don't want to mess with other landing pages that they've got. So you can just do update this page only, and then it will only update this one page, and the other page will still remain pink. Okay, now, if we had, for example, a separate heading that was very special and unique, that's a terrible color. We could give that a special class that we can apply to that. We'll call it test class, and we'll give that a different color. There we go. Just to keep the theme of ugly colors. There we go. So now, if we update all and make it conditional to a module setting, so you can see here now you can choose the class or the ID that you assign, and you can say where it equals test class. So if we do update all now, you'll see this one hasn't changed because it doesn't have the test class setting, and this one, I believe I previously applied the test case. I didn't apply the thing. Okay. Sorry about that.
It's all right. We trust you.
It works, I swear.
Yeah, I can vouch for it working.
Okay, so I'll just load this up. All right, there we go. Now it's got the class. All right, so I'll try that again. Update all, conditional module setting, and the class equals test class. All right, now if we empty our cache and reload,
Honestly, I have so many problems with caching.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not much fun, is it? Let's try again.
Oh. All right. Not sure what's going on there, but that's how it works. Won't stick around there for too long. Yeah, so that's the conditionals of our update all. And obviously, it doesn't just apply to headings; it can apply to anything. So if we want to change the icons on all of our buttons to Christmas tree, Christmas is coming, and you can update all. And you'll see everywhere is updated on
That's
the pages.
super cool. I mean, that's a really good kind of demo of what it can do, isn't it? That's great. Look at that. Yeah.
So what we normally do is if we have sort of a boilerplate website, we'll just assign a class to each button. So maybe a contact us button and an about us button.
Yeah.
And then you can just choose an icon set for your project, and then you can quickly go through and use the settings conditional to just quickly update all of the icons. So it's a good way of really quickly branding your site.
So, but that would, I mean, it could apply to anything, couldn't it? The font size, the
absolutely,
the font,
yeah.
The background color. So you could very quickly update, in this case, the buttons across the whole site with one click. You'd have to go finding them on 603 different pages.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. That's a great time saver. I'm not surprised that's number one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's number one by far. Okay, so next I'll show you what else do we have. Default modules. Okay, so default modules. Let's say this is the button for us. We've got the Christmas tree. It says Merry Christmas, Christman. There we go. And that's the link we want to use pretty much all the time. So if you've got a client and you want them to build a ugly bright green button like this, there we go. Now it's Christmassy. Okay, so if we want to make this the default, so when someone goes into the modules section and grabs the button, at the moment, it's just a boring button and nobody likes that, and your customer will be confused how to change colors and all that kind of stuff. So what we can do is we can go into the button that we love. We can go into the Advanced tab, and then we can select, yes, this is the default module, make this the default styling. So then we hit save there, and you've got to hit publish as well with this one. And clear your cache. I'll just do it to make triply sure.
I think we all know what we're hoping to see.
I'm hoping to see it as well. I haven't done this live before, so I'm sure it's not going to work. But no, it has. There you go. So you're dragging a button on any page, anywhere you go. You can drag it in and your button will have that styling. So that's great if you want to apply a class to a heading that has like a special background or anything like that. So any setting at all you have will all apply across, including links as well. So I've been caught out where I've had a link to an incorrect URL and the customer's just left it because it hasn't prompted them. So definitely make sure you empty the link box before you hit save. But yeah, that's the default module. If you need to make a change.
Sorry to interrupt. Could that apply to you? Obviously, we've seen the example of a button there. Are there any limitations on what that could be? Could we, for example, have a default like row or any of that kind of stuff when you dragged in a row? Or
it only works with modules at the moment. So any standard one or UAB Power Pack, they all pretty much work. So
any of those could be set up as a default. So you could have a default heading style with font and color and all of that.
Yeah,
all of that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So then whenever you can go through and you could be as obsessive as you like, and you can do absolutely every module, or you can just do a couple. So yeah, that's that. If you want to make changes to the default, it doesn't update all, but you can use the update all button for that. You can go back in, you can change the icon, hit save and publish again, and then you've updated your module. So from then on, everything will have this disapproving no icon next to the Merry Christmas.
Do you have to locate the original one?
You do at the moment, but our next update is going to have a special section with all the defaults for you to be able to update. So it's a little funky at the moment.
Well, you could just create a page, couldn't you, with all your defaults?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we normally have a private page that we keep all our defaults on.
Right.
And then you're good from there. But just to make it extra simple, we're going to have a drop-down section where you can easily get to them.
Okay.
So that's the default modules. Now that's pretty self-explanatory. And next we have the color sync. So we've got two different color tools. We've got the color sync and the color swap. The color sync, which I'll show you now, lets you update default colors between the Beaver Builder and the customizer. So I'll jump into these row settings here and show you. I'll just use a solid color. There we go. Okay. So these are our presets that we've got saved here, just the green and the blue, which aren't normal customizer colors. We'll add another one just to stick to the theme of ugly colors. There you go. Okay, so now reminds me of an emoji. Okay, so if we go to the customizer now, once this guy loads, okay, so let's go into the header top bar style here and select background color.
Yeah, there they are.
And you'll see there are our 3 beautiful presets. If we were to add another color, if we hit publish on this with a nice light blue, that will then push back across to the Beaver Builder presets.
So it's a two-way sync. If you create a palette of colors in Beaver Builder, it goes to the customizer and vice versa. Customizer back to
yes,
exactly. Very nice.
My only thing worth mentioning here is if you're a person that picks your green by sort of that looks like the right color, which definitely is the wrong way to do it, you're going to end up with a million tiny little boxes down the bottom with 20 different styles of green. So don't do that anyway. But yeah, okay.
I'm just going to pause you for a sec, if that's all right, because I'm going to try this thing that I've never tried in here, which is I'm going to press a button. And if I press a button, look, a little offer comes up. Did anybody get an offer?
Hey, look at that. Yeah, I can see it.
Hooray! This is just to say that if you were live on this call, Tom has just basically said that he'll give you 30% off. If you go today, the coupon code is WPBUILDSWEBINAR. I don't know if that's case sensitive, is it, or just any old hand?
No, go uppercase just
to be safe. So yeah, if you're at the minute it's 129, but it goes down to 90.30 according to my calculator. But I'll show you that again. Sorry, Tom. I just thought in case people get leave at some point, and they've at least seen that.
Yeah, they've earned it by now, listening to me create terrible colors. Okay, so that was the color sync. Now let's go to the bulk color swap. So this is kind of outside of Beaver Builder at the moment. We may move it in eventually, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so back to our sample page. Let's say our entire site has been built for a customer using this brown color that obviously isn't very stylish anymore. So you want to update the color, but you don't want to go into every button and every module and everything like that. And you don't want to do a database search and replace because they're risky and scary. So there we have that. Now we can go into the tools, page builder bulk color update. Okay, and now from here we can swap out our old color there that I just copied from the website, and then we want to change it to a nice color like our blue here. All we do is plug the old color and the new color in, hit replace, and then again, with any luck, the software works.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, and I've set the wrong color here, so it didn't update. So there you go.
That's a really great time saver though. When it goes according to plan.
Yeah, when you use the correct color.
When you actually paste in the right color, yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's great if you've just got a boilerplate website and you need to quickly theme the colors of anything. A little tip that you can do is you can use colors that you're not actually going to use in the site. So I'll call things, you know, let me just load this up. Let's close. Yeah, so what you can do is if you want to have a primary and a secondary color sort of throughout your whole website, what we do is we'll say the primary color is the color. Come on, catch up. There you go. We'll give the primary color 11111, and then we'll give a secondary color 2222.
Yep.
2. And then it's very easy to go in and say the primary color is this red color. We'll replace 11111 with the red, and then the secondary color is 222, and we'll replace that with the secondary color. So again, it's a good way of building out a boilerplate site and quickly updating everything.
Nice, really nice. Just a big time saver again.
Yeah, that's the that is the hope. Okay, next is responsive background images.
I like this one.
Kind of does what it says, and it's soon to be replaced by the Beaver Builder team. And their version looks pretty good too. So when that one comes out, we'll still keep this here so that all your websites stay intact, but we'll probably just hide it so that you don't get confused with too many options. Okay, so let's go to this row here. So if we do a background photo, you just select your photo as you normally would. I'm not sure what's in my media library. Nothing. Let's see what we got. Okay.
So that
man
only realize you've got all of your unwanted pictures on display.
I know, anything naughty. Okay, so let's just make this bigger so you can see it a bit better. There we go. So this is me hiking in the mountains somewhere when I had a beard.
That's nice.
That's not me. Just to be
no, I saw the deposit.
Oh yeah, there it is. I'm going to pay for that image, I swear. Okay. Anyway, so you've got your background photo. So now you'll see a drop down at the bottom of photo with responsive backgrounds. So obviously you can't see the man's face. Once this screen shrinks down, it'll cuts him off. So if we choose a different responsive photo, or you can even use the same photo. I'll add a different one. Loading. Autumn leaves. There we go.
Perfect for a background.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So you see on the small screens, we'll have this autumn leaf responsive background. So when we shrink, get this out of the way. Sorry about the lag here. All right, let me hit save first and get some of these settings out of the way. Okay. There's a lot of page refreshes going on.
It's all right. We know what it's like.
Okay, there you go. So on a small screen, you'll get the autumn leaves, and then above the small screen, you get the fella going hiking. Now the breakpoints for these are just set in your Beaver Builder global settings. So if you update your global settings to have a different size for each of the small, medium, and large screens, then that will update across as well as you do that. So that is, I really should have made a less ugly page. That is the responsive background images.
I like it. It's a top one.
Next is the SVG backgrounds, which is just pattern backgrounds. This one I love because a lot of these sites that you make end up looking a little bit flat for some reason. And most of the time it's just because you'll use a flat color that doesn't have much texture or something like that. So I love using these pattern backgrounds for just adding a little bit of texture to the site. So once you add a pattern background, you'll see a section appears. You can choose the foreground color and the background color. Let's not go too horrible today. Let's keep it normal. So here's a jigsaw pattern. Not my favorite. Let's just go with squares.
There's quite a few to choose from there.
Yeah. So it uses all the hero themes, I think they're called, the SVGs. We're going to be adding a few more to these in the near future, and maybe a way of previewing them as well. So yeah, here you have your foreground color and your background color. I like to make it pretty subtle. And then you can also change the size of your pattern as well. So if we want to make this nice and small, you'll see now this has sort of a bit of a textured gray background compared to if it just had nothing. So that's pattern backgrounds. You can also go terrible with it as well if you like. So with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh,
so don't do that.
But that's really nice, though. You know, I can imagine deploying that, as you say, very subtly on just about everything.
Yeah. It's honestly, we use it pretty much everywhere. Any solid block of color we have now, we will always add a little bit of something there. It makes a world of difference, and you'll see when you do it, customers just have sort of a warmer reaction to it because it just kind of feels more real, I guess. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Okay, next we've got conditional rows and columns. This might not work out too well for me because I am on a single computer, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So let's say we've got these two different rows here. We want this call to action to say something else. If you're, let's just say if you're in the UK, we want it to say, want some chippies. Whereas here in North America, no one would know what you mean. So you have to say, want some fries. Okay, so now we've got our two different rows. We can go into the row settings. And under advanced in visibility, you've got conditional logic. Oh no, sorry, that's the, where are we here? Where's it gone? Ah, okay. How am I going to show you this? Sorry, I'm on the new.
You're on a test version.
I'm on the test version, which Well,
I'll tell you what. I know this works because I've played with it.
Yeah, sorry about this.
If you want to just describe what are the conditionals that you could apply. So you were about to do some sort of geolocation, weren't you? I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I've just recently added to the plugin is if the new Beaver Builder version is active, then to use the Beaver Builder logic. But this isn't out yet, so yeah, my version, which will update, basically lets you choose a region or a country that that the browser, the viewer is in, and then you can show or hide the row based on that. So, for example, this row we would set to only show if you're in the UK, and then you would set this one here to show only if you're not in the UK, and then that would all work for you. So sorry about that.
Does it work on just the row settings, or for example, could you have it in a, I don't know, like a module, like a button? for example? Or would
It's
you...
only rows and columns at the
Yep.
moment. We had it on everything, but we got a bit of feedback that we were cluttering up
Okay.
the module settings a little bit much, so we took it out of there. We'll probably add a setting in here to allow it to just work on modules as well.
Yep.
But a quick workaround is just to add a child column inside your column, and then you can apply it to that.
Yes, of course. And is it just geolocation, or does it have other conditional possibilities like
yeah, so it can be the output of a shortcode. It can be connected to a thema connection. So it can be anything. You can say if the page slug is sample page copy, do this, or you could say if there is no featured image, then you can do X. Yeah. So basically any output.
Yep.
I'll see if I can find a little secret spot somewhere. Anyway, for the sake of not being too boring, we'll just move along. Yeah. So next is the auto cache buster.
Yay!
Nothing really to show you here because it all kind of works in the background. But basically, when you hit done or publish on here in Beaver Builder, or if you update your customizer settings, if a cron runs to update some data or anything like that, it basically just hammers the refresh button for you all the time. Hammers the clear cache button for you all the time. So I know a lot of the time when WordPress updates, all of a sudden your layout's funky and things like that. We found this to be a lot more reliable than the built-in cache busting. Again, I think this is something that they're going to be sorting out in the new version of Beaver Builder.
I think so.
Good. But for now, this works for us, way more than the old version.
Yep.
Okay, so the last module, which is a new one, which was recommended to me. I can't remember the guy's name, but he shot me an email saying I get absolutely lost with all my notes, where I've put CSS, where I've put everything, A lot of the time I'll apply a class to something, Tom class, and then you'll go and create CSS in your customizer or something silly like that, and you'll get all disorganized. So instead of being organized, you can just take notes. So you'll see now on any module on the front page down the bottom, you can create notes. It's not displayed on the website anywhere. It's just for you to look at while you're using Beaver Builder. So we can say Tom's class is defined in the global CSS in Beaver Builder. So then when you come back and you're like, why is that text green, or why is there a weird background on this? You can look at your notes and you can see that you've defined Tom's class in the global settings in the Beaver Builder, or whatever you want to use, for example.
James Barrett says it was him.
James Barrett, it was. Yes, thank you, James. Sorry, I forgot your name there. It's very early.
That little note there, is it? Can you add multiple notes, or is it just one row of text?
Yeah. So it's just a text area. So you can
keep them
do whatever you want.
Yep,
you can do anything. Yes. In the next version of this as well, we're going to give the option to hide this depending on your user level. So if you want to make notes as the admin, but you don't want an author or something like that to see that you've cursed their names in the notes, then they won't be able to see.
That's quite handy. That was, in fact, my next question.
Can you curse your clients?
No, can you hide it? Yeah.
Yes. So at the moment, it's just there for all to see. But in the next version, you'll be able to limit access, which brings me nicely into this next setting here. Like the notes and like the bulk updates and the conditional things like that, with great power comes great responsibility. So we've made the option for you to limit the access to these modules. Obviously, you can still use the SVG backgrounds and responsive backgrounds because you can't really get yourself in trouble, but the bulk color swap and things like that. So all you need to do is choose a capability that you need to have for the user to be able to access those modules. So I'll make it an admin, create users, I think, or I'm on multi-site, so I'll stick with a edit theme options. There you go. So now that means after I save that I will be able to see it as an administrator, but anyone with a lower capability, like an editor, let's keep going down. Anyone with a lower capability won't be able to access those modules.
Okay.
So that'll save you from someone bulk updating all headings to be invisible or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much everything to do with it. We've also got a few of the built-in filters that Beaver Builder give us. Things like disable inline editing, still a little bit buggy for me. Sorry, guys. So I like to turn it off, and the notifications bell as well. You can hide that using those settings.
I bet that gets deployed quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have analytics on this. Maybe we should. But I don't think I need it for those two filters. If you see any other filters in the Beaver Builder groups or anything like that you want, we're always looking to expand this out. If that means nothing to you, then don't worry about it.
Yeah. Are you about done? Have you shown us all you want to show us?
I think I've hit the bottom, yes.
Right, let me just quickly do the offer thing again. With great power comes great offer. Da-da, da-da-da-da. Look at that.
Hey.
I'm going to show the offer again. Tom has said that if you're on this call, basically you've got until the end of the day. I guess maybe that's the end of the day where he lives or something. If you would like to get 30% off, you can use this code. It says WPBUILDSWEBINAR, all as one word and stay uppercase. 30% off, which by my calculation is 129 down to 90. That's an annual price, right, Tom?
Yes, that's correct. I think it'll come up not as annual, but I'll sort you out.
Okay, and does that 30% roll over, or how does that work?
Yeah, it'll come up saying it'll renew at 129. But yeah,
just
I'll make sure that it renews at the $90.30 price.
Right, that's great. If anybody wants to ask Tom any questions, now is the time to do it. And hold on, I've got some already. Hold on, let me just put my little. There you go. If you buy it today, it'll be $90 and what did I say? I'm going to show the offer again. Look, there's a great excuse to show the offer again. That's how much it'll cost to renew. Can you see that offer? Can anybody actually see that? I don't know. I can see it. Oh, okay. Yeah. $90.30. And I guess, can I ask a question? What's the plan for the roadmap, I suppose? Have you got any new ideas coming up that might make people think, there's more in this than just what I've seen today? Yeah, so we've got a few things that I won't mention just because they are very, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but very time saving, but I'm just not 100% sure it'll work entirely with Beaver Builder, so I won't mention those. But like I said, the notes module we're going to update to be a bit more conditional. The update all that everyone seems to love, we're going to add an undo button, which should be good. And I mean, those are the two coming up soon. Yeah, it'll mainly be the notes getting updated a bit to be a bit more customer friendly, so the agencies can use it. Yeah, and the bulk updates. So nothing massive coming that I can announce, but maybe sometime around Christmas. You're working on something. A bit of an announcement. I'm working on something, but I can't say. Hoping it's going to work. Right, we have Tom. He's here. He's capable of being here for a few more minutes. At the moment, we've got like 14, 15 people on the call. Whether or not you've got a question, I guess we won't make Tom stick around for too much longer if there's no purpose in it. But if you do have a question, we'll give you another minute or two. Where do we go to buy it, Tom? Is it just Google Beaver Team Pro, or is there a? Do you have a?
Yeah, it's a beaver.team, and then there's a big call out at the top, I believe.
Okay.
That will send you on over there. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or if something doesn't work how you think, or anything like that, please do send me an email. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's hard to test these things on every development environment and server out there, and it is quite intensive with the server work. So yeah, if you do find a bug, that's the worst thing that I can hear, and I have to fix it straight away. So yeah, please do tell me, and I'll get straight to it and make sure that it works great for you.
Christine has raised her hand. Now, Christine, I'm new to this platform. I can enable your mic if you want to ask a question. No, she's simply waving. That's great. Oh, hello.
Hey, Christine.
Yeah, she hasn't got a mic, so she doesn't want to. She just wants to say hello. So hello. If anybody else has got a question, you've got a few more moments. Other than that, she says hello in capital letters.
Hello.
We'll knock it on the head and let Tom go back to his skiing. Although there's no snow, so can't go back to his skiing. But I think he's shown you everything. Let me show you that offer one more time, because it's fun to push that button. Ta-da! Oh no! Oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah. You got until the end of the day. Beaver Team Pro is giving you 30% off if you purchase it by the end of today. You can click on that. I think if you click on that link, it just goes straight to your. Yeah, it just goes straight to your website.
Look at that. That's the coupon thing in the end.
Coupon thing in. The coupon thing is WP Builds webinar, and it's hard to kind of explain how much time that will save you, but trust me, it'll save you rather a lot of time. I've used it quite a lot now, and the options are great.
Yeah, it is kind of a hard thing to. Yeah. Once you have a play around with the bulk updates on a sandbox site for a bit, you'll love it. Oh, yep. Dave Toomey, Mr. Toomey. That's very rude, mate.
He's that's quite funny. He says I'm wearing a grey hat. I'll get you back. Get you back. Do you know Dave? Tom.
I've chatted with him a little on Facebook.
Yeah, but he's good. Good.
If he's going to keep. Yeah.
If he's going to be rude about me, I know. I have a lovely story to tell about Dave on a certain Friday night earlier this year, which I won't.
We need another webinar.
Yeah, actually, that night was with Justin and Robbie from Beaver Builder. We all went out one night, and it was really fun. But it sounds to me like, oh no, there's a Q&A button. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, stop it! It's written the same thing in the Q&A as well.
That was right. Me. I turned it into it.
Enough of this. I'm going to stop recording it because I think we probably reached the end. But quickly, one more time. There it is. Quickly, there you are again. Oh, don't.
Where am I pointing?
It's there somewhere. Go and get a copy of it, because it's worth every penny of it. It's a lot cheaper than it is till the end of the day. And thanks for coming, guys. I'll put a recording. This platform spins up a recording in 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something. And if you join the WP Builds Facebook group, I'll post it in there right away, which will be almost immediately. And so, yeah, great. Tom, thanks. Thanks for making the effort.
Hey, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Anytime you need me, I'm here, Nathan.
Okay, we'll do another one in half an hour then.
Cool. All right. Let me just grab another coffee.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to click.
We're still working in the dark.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to stop the recording.